Good afternoon and welcome to the Daily Dose of Disney here on Pepper Tree Villa. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
We're here to discuss things that happened in the world of Disney for this day, May 30th, 2020, and anything prior to this year, actually, anything that happened on this day, May 30th, anything to do with Disney, anything of interest that we wanted to talk about. Because, there are certain things like people are born, people die on this day. Let's not discuss too much of that. We'll talk about other things like cartoons, movies, theme parks.
Typical Disney stuff that is of consequence.
Exactly.
There's a lot to happen, but we wanted to pick out the major cool stuff.
Exactly. So how are you all doing?
It's good. Mike's here.
I see Judy's Mike here. And Judy and Cherie and season's greetings, Jim. More sunshine, please. Good to see you.
Hello, Jim.
Yeah, Jim. We don't have a sound effect for Jim. We need to do something for him.
It's ding.
No, that's a chat check sound.
Oh, that's the chat. Okay.
Hi, Mar. Welcome in. We are kind of busy today. We're going to be working in our yard.
We're going to go do some yard work.
But we have to wait for a little bit of the rain to stop in order to do that. We've had claps of thunder.
Yeah, it's raining. This is not like us. We shouldn't have rain at this time of year. So, not complaining. I'm happy it's not hot and it's really cool.
Yeah, but it is unusual.
Mm-hmm.
It's very unusual. Let's see. 209 days until Christmas. Now, the last time I had one of these, I was actually with Jim of More Sunshine, Please.
Oh, yeah, we did. I did the artsy fartsy one.
Yeah. The last time I had one of these, it's National Mint Julep Day. And the last time I had a mint julep, Jim was standing right next to us. So, Jim, dilly. It's Mint Julep Day.
Memphis.
Hi, Pam. Hello, Pam's fam.
Watched you this morning.
Yes, we did.
It was nice.
She said she's an ugly crier.
She's an ugly crier.
Nothing ugly about you, Pam, at all. That was absolutely delightful. Dilly. It's only water.
Yeah.
Not a mint julep. I don't have any mint, so I can't make a julep. So believe me,
there's fake stuff out there.
I wish I could, because I'd really like to go for a nice mint julep right about now. Sounds good. Maybe I'll get some mint. Well, we can hope. Good to have everyone with us. Let's get started with this day in Disney history. Let's take the Wayback Machine to 1936. Oh, we love you too, Pam.
Yes,
Thank
you.
You too. On this day, there's a famous cartoon, a picture of Mickey standing up on a fireplace, and he kind of like pushes on a mirror. Paul, evening. Oh, of course. I love joining that UK Disney couple for their Saturday night discussions. I had a great time.
Did you go live with them?
No, I did not. I was just involved in the chat.
I was doing other things.
Yeah, I was involved in the chat, and it was very interesting. They were talking about...
I let him be my social butterfly.
They were doing a lot of discussion about the upcoming opening of Disneyland, or Disney World, rather.
Actually, Paul, there's an article. I think you can get it through your Googling it. There's a financial organization that's online called the Motley Fool. And I just read about an hour ago that they say in Walt Disney World that reservations, Fast Pass Plus, dining, and all that is not going to happen this calendar year if they do open for sure in July. So I asked him, did you know if that happened or you read anywhere? So how did this financial person find out and write this article about Disney World saying that
the Motley Fool? You're right, Paul.
The Motley Fool. Read that article. I didn't know if you knew that they somehow know.
I think he already did.
So none of this is going to be normal this calendar year. So I thought that was interesting because he says, I didn't read anywhere that they said all the way through December, all the way until December or till the first of the year. So.
Oh, look at that. Hello, Shelley Starwalker. It was a delight watching you with Pam and Mike earlier today. That was very nice. It was a nice little trip. Oh, he will have a look. Paul, have fun in the green room with your guests.
Okay.
We'll talk later. So anyway, I was telling you, there's this picture of Mickey Mouse or a cartoon of him pushing on a mirror and his hand goes through. This on this day in 1936, that cartoon was released. It's called Alice. It's called Through the Mirror, and it's based on Alice Through the Looking Glass. Yeah. So of course everything is backward for Mickey. Very interesting. He dances with cards and things like that, and the whole Queen of Hearts off with your head kind of thing. Yeah, it's an entertaining cartoon.
They created a Hallmark ornament, of course. Created a Hallmark thing of Mickey with like a fan of cards. This ornament is like this big. It's the size of your head. I mean, I'm overly exaggerating, but when we got it, we looked at it. The thing is like huge. It's not a typical. We didn't feel like it was sized appropriately, but it's a beautiful ornament. But it's Hallmark.
Yeah. Exactly. Is that we love it. We just absolutely love it. So now let's move forward 30 years. On this day, now a couple of days ago, I mentioned that It's a Small World had opened at Disneyland, but it wasn't until 2 days later that they held this huge, big, grand celebration for the grand opening. They had a parade down Main Street about it.
Oh, it was huge.
They had banners everywhere saying It's a Small World. It was a huge celebration. Interesting thing about this is that over 250 million guests have ridden It's a Small World at Disneyland since it opened in 1966.
That's insane.
That's a lot of people.
And it's in every single Disney Magic Kingdom around the world except Shanghai.
Yeah. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you here.
Everybody's so here.
Yeah.
When my daughter heard that it was reopening, she started planning a December trip for us after yesterday's announcements. We nixed the idea. That's exactly my whole point. You can go to Walt Disney World, but it's not going to be, you're not going to get all the bells and whistles and everything. It's a lot of attractions I don't even think will be open. It's just not going to be the same. So you're going to still be paying a premium. They're not going to lower the prices. It's just meet and greet, fireworks, parades. You need that. And it's just going to be very awkward.
It's not a matter that you need it. What it is that it just enhances the magic. It enhances the entire experience. The parade, the shows, the fireworks. Yeah, it does. You don't need it.
Well,
because obviously
if
they needed it, the parks wouldn't be opening. So yes, it's going to be a reduced experience, but it sure does enhance the experience if you have the parade.
Need it.
The fireworks.
I need it. So that's my needs and wants, and sometimes they get intertwined, and he doesn't understand.
And he can get very needy.
And he says, "No, that's a want." And I go, "I need it." No, there's a difference between needing and wanting.
It's true. It's true. It's very true.
We lecture about needs and wants.
Okay, so that was 1966. The next year, 1967, something very exciting happened in the world of Florida, Disney World to be exact. And that was on this day, site preparation began for the Walt Disney World project. Of course, that was swamp drainage, clearing of land, removing trees, digging up dirt, everything. Just so much needed to be done.
It took longer to reclaim that land or redo it than it was to actually build the Magic Kingdom itself, because they had to reroute everything. It was an infrastructure nightmare, and what they accomplished was amazing. There's a whole book I have on just what they had to do for that.
They not only built the park and the resorts, they built an entire city infrastructure, including emergency services, roads, reclamation of land. They had to actually do canals to handle all the rains and all the waters in the area.
They built their own power plant. They were self-sustaining. They had nothing to do with anything else. They wanted their own self-sustaining organism that is not attached to anything out there.
And that was what they received when the governor of the state of Florida signed off on the paperwork and agreed that they could handle their own jurisdiction.
Yeah, their own water, their own power, their own waste.
It's a huge deal.
Everything, their own sewer. They had to do everything. It was building a full-on city.
It took almost 1,600 days to do all of that. So, they did quite a bit in that 4-year period.
And at that time, it was $400 million to get to opening day. That's to do the Magic Kingdom and open.
Yeah.
And when they opened, they said they were actually making money on opening day.
Yeah, they did.
Man, they were not even in the red, so it's like amazing how they did that.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the late 60s. Those days are gone.
Okay, let's move forward a little bit here. 2003, the Disney Pixar animated feature Finding Nemo was finally in general release on this day, 17 years ago today. Great Pixar film. I really do like Finding Nemo.
Oh, it's actually a good one.
Yeah.
It was 2003 today?
2003. It's one of their best films. And then the sequel they did, Finding Dory.
That came out, 3 years ago? Dory was 3?
Yeah, Dory was about 3-4 years ago. It's been a while already.
Yeah.
And if you watch Dory, you'll also see hints of different things around Northern California. There are hints. In fact, some of the road signage you will see, if you look closely, you'll see familiar road signs. If you live in the Bay Area, you'll know what signs I'm talking about. So that's it. Hi, Noah. Hello there.
The park's being open till 5. The fireworks are out. I don't know what their hours are going to be. We know that they're not going to be long hours. I don't know how they're going to have the capacity thing, but I don't expect early admission, day out or late. It's going to be weird to see how this all works. I don't know.
Exactly. I did a thumbnail for this video specifically for today, May 30th. And that's because on this day, Disney did something. They announced something for the state of California. Disney California Adventure had gone through a complete remodel. At this point, they did a new area for when you walk in. Instead of being Sunshine Plaza that you walked into an area called Buena Vista Street. They also built Cars Land and started doing modifications all over the park. Things that they needed to do for the over $1 billion remodeling that they did for that park. It was a huge undertaking. And unfortunately, one of the things that went the way of the wrecking ball was this giant sign in front of California Adventure that spelled the name California. I remember taking my picture. We took our pictures many times.
Yeah, California doesn't have a D or an S, but there's an A.
There's an A for Arnie. So I would frequently catch myself leaning up against the A and getting a picture.
It was a cool entrance. Nobody got it. If you look at it. So if you look at the thumbnail picture that he used.
Look at the thumbnail.
It looks like a postcard.
It does. It looks like a postcard. The concept of the entrance of the park was that you were walking into a postcard. So on this day, Disney announced that they were donating that sign, California, to the state of California. And even now, we can go visit it in the city of Sacramento.
So one of these days, we're going to go for a drive to Sac, which is about an hour away from us, and actually see those letters that I so fondly remember so well.
Yeah, we're going to do a road trip. And that road trip is going to be to Sacramento. We'll probably invite one of our friends that lives up in the area. And at that point, we're going to have some fun doing
on this day of history, the Orlando guy was born. Yes, happy birthday, Richard. I don't know if he said it for you.
I have not said it yet. I sent him a message earlier.
So yeah, happy birthday.
So yes, happy birthday, Richard.
So he's a crusty...
So he is part of the history of Disney history indirectly.
Yeah. So
yeah, Richard had a fun time.
Just 2 years behind you.
Richard's had a fun time going down to Disney Springs this week too. So we've seen that. So that's pretty cool.
No, we can't go.
So anyway, the signage for California, that big sign from Disney California Adventure is at the Cal Expo, the fairgrounds there in Sacramento. So we'll go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to do that.
I love it so much.
6 years ago, in 2014, on this day, the movie Maleficent opened in United States theaters.
With Angelina Jolie. It's actually a very good movie.
We were very entertained by
I haven't seen the new one that just came out, I think, in this winter.
It came out. It's now streaming on Disney Plus.
When did it come out? Was it this beginning of this calendar year?
Do you have your phone with you?
No, I don't.
Rob Fuzz, welcome into the stream. Doug doesn't have his phone with him, so
I
no
don't.
noise. So sorry about that, Rob.
What's wrong with
Yeah, we don't have a sound for Rob. We don't have a sound for Jim. We need to do that.
Is this a pimple or did I scratch myself?
It looks more like a scratch.
I can't like. If I touch it anymore, I'm gonna get red.
And then, of course, a year ago, yeah, Doug's favorite streaming service, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
On this day last year, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opened at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland.
They had a huge live dedication to it at night. Fireworks, Mark Hamill, Bob Iger.
They had plenty of soft openings during the time leading up to it, but it was officially opened on this day and dedicated.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
And who would have known that they would open it?
I know.
And you spend billion. We all know they have never said. Disney loves sometimes to say, "Oh, we're spending $550 million on this attraction," or "This upgrade is $1.2 billion to redo it." They've actually announced that, but I've never found or heard anybody for sure how much all of these Star Wars lands cost. But we know that's in the billions of dollars. I think it's well worth money spent in the long term. But right now,
yeah.
Kind of brutal.
Yeah. Hashtag time really flies. It does indeed, Noah.
Yeah, can you believe Star Wars Land's been at Disneyland, open to the masses? Well, tomorrow for sure.
So, this week we found out that Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom will be opening right now as of July 11th. Well, turns out something else is going to be opening on July 11th, and that's Disneyland Paris. That is the rumor right now. According to a third-party vendor, they got some information stating that food deliveries needed to happen so that they could open the gates July 11th at Disneyland Paris.
So they just announced Paris.
Let's find out. That might happen. We don't know. Still haven't heard anything about Tokyo. And neither have we heard anything about Disneyland. But of course, California has been a lot more cautious about opening things.
Well, Hong Kong's not open. Tokyo's not open. The only one outside of Shanghai is Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Who knows when we're going to probably get California. I don't know. I do not know. I could probably see more September if nothing, a hot spot doesn't blow up somewhere.
Yeah.
But I just can't see we knowing it. I was thinking it'd be a great idea on July 17th, be on the 65th anniversary, but
I do know this. We went to In-N-Out for National Hamburger Day a couple days ago.
Which still sounds really good. I kind of want it again. Is that horrible?
It's not horrible because I actually would want a burger too. But In-N-Out, you can actually go here in our county in Northern California. We can go into the restaurant, order, and pick up our food and take it to go. We cannot sit inside the restaurants yet, not in our local county. However, last week, Doug and I went to Napa and we were able to eat inside our restaurant for the first time in 2 months. I am working on a video about that subject, and hopefully I will be able to get that posted this weekend. So be paying attention. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please do so. And when you do so, hit subscribe, click that bell, ring it so that you know when we post videos and also go live. It really does help.
Okay. How far is In-N-Out from you guys? From doorstep to doorstep? I have to click at my phone, but I can get you that statistic, Rob.
How far is In-N-Out? I can tell you it's
only a couple miles.
Probably a mile or two at the most. It takes us maybe 5 minutes to get there. We're very close to In-N-Out. Ben and Sherry in Oakland, it takes them a little bit longer. Lothar, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But as far as In-N-Out goes,
let me find out.
Probably about 5 minutes.
Gotta find out. Hold on, let me get my spectacles on. Let me go in here. Oops. What am I doing? I'm going to it. Hold on. Should I do Google Maps?
Yes, Google Maps. Just
go in and outward. Driving.
1.9 miles.
Wait. Is that the one?
Yeah, Delta Gateway.
Okay, that one. Okay, so directions.
1.9 miles.
10 minutes, 2.7 miles.
Rob Fuzz asking about Carl's Jr. As a matter of fact, Carl's Jr. is across the street from In-N-Out.
Yeah.
The area of In-N-Out has, it's like fast food heaven, if you will. We have at that location McDonald's, The Habit, Taco Bell, Del Taco, Chipotle, In-N-Out. There is a Panda Express there, a Burger King, Carl's Jr. There's even a Philly cheesesteaks shop. Wingstop is there as well. I mean, we're talking lots and lots of cheap food in our immediate area.
We're only that far away.
So
we're about 10 minutes, a little under 3 miles.
Rob, when you visit, absolutely, we will go. We will go. And Rob, also, I want to take you one other place too, and that's where we can get a little dilly. So,
where's that?
Forbidden Island in Alameda.
Oh yeah,
it's a tiki bar in Alameda. The place.
I want to go to Smuggler's Cove in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's the city where Ben and Sherry went to In-N-Out when they went to In-N-Out.
They have to travel far away.
They travel about 10 minutes to get there, 15 minutes. So they had a lot of fun with that. Actually, it was just a lot of fun to do that video. We may do some more collaboration videos like that, where we have parallel timelines. So it was a lot of fun.
So speaking of like summer and Space Mountain, did you guys all watch the Falcon X SpaceX thing shoot off into outer space?
Yes, Dragon is now in the sky.
Yeah, we watched it live. It was kind of cool.
It was very cool. Very, very cool.
Very, very cool.
I sent out a tweet about that. If you haven't followed us on social media, please do so. We're at Pepper Tree Villa on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So go ahead and do that. Moderators, thank you so much for your help today. We really appreciate it, especially when you're able to post all the links.
Yeah.
I see our support channels are posted there. D&G Explorers, The Orlando Guy, Rob Fuzz, More Sunshine Please, and Two Real Geeks. 3 of the 5 have been here today in the chats. Guys, thank you so much for being here. It's very, very helpful.
It was from my house today, too cloudy. Yeah,
it's been cloudy here. We've actually, if you had not heard, we've been having thunderclaps today, which is very unusual for us. Took about 3 minutes. You could hear the roar of the engines. Wow, Mike.
That's awesome.
47 miles away. That's really cool.
You can actually hear the roar of the engines. Yeah, because you can hear the sonic boom. There's times of it's just right. Someone was saying when the space shuttle would go off, they were in Epcot and they said the air was just right and how the sound wave traveled. They actually heard the sonic boom of it. It's really
Shelly, you should have done it. You should have done a watch party. Yes. 1,137 miles to In-N-Out for me. Oh, that must be a location in Texas. That is the farthest east that they are. They're in Oregon.
Walked out and watched the launch.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, we can go have In-N-Out. The launch was nice, but we can go have In-N-Out again.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Richard, when you come to California, we'll definitely hit up In-N-Out. That goes for anyone, actually. If they come out to California. Art Jones, I didn't see you join. Good to see you.
Everybody's so, What was funny is they're wearing rubber. Yeah, they had all new materials, and some people said the inside felt like driving a Tesla. So it was like a Tesla rocket, had Tesla screens, Tesla fabrics.
Yeah, I saw a guy named Trooper Steve on Instagram. He's a local newscaster in the Orlando area, and he showed a comparison of the Apollo 4 capsule from like 1966 or something like that, 1967. And then he showed what the space shuttle looked like in the 80s. And then he showed what it looks like in the current Dragon capsule.
Just 3 monitors.
Yeah, 3 monitors like a Tesla. It was hysterical.
They drove to get into Teslas. I mean, it's just weird, but it's nice to see we're getting back into the space land. It kind of was a refreshing feeling of what's been going on in our world lately.
Yeah, exactly. So one more thing I'd like to mention, and that is we have a PTV Live coming up on Monday night. That's at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Ben, Doug, and I will be discussing why we love Target. So it's PTV Loves Target on Mondays, PTV Live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We're doing the research for that right now, and believe me, you're not going to want to miss that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a well-known but not well-known enough Disney thing you could deal with Target.
A Disney hack, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, people do it, but it's people should be doing it more. But
Yeah,
hey.
definitely. But
we don't want a lot of people to do it because we don't want that privilege to go away.
But we'll talk with you about that on Monday night. Everyone, I guess that's about all we have.
Yeah.
I
gotta stop picking at myself.
You'll find our advertisement for Monday night on theliveplace.com. Dean has 90 plus channels there now that he advertises. So please go check out theliveplace.com. Dean is a wonderful host and is very helpful with all of us here in our little YouTube community. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. I'm Arnie.
I'm Doug.
2896 miles to your In-N-Out for me. Yes, Richard.
It's about 3,000.
It's almost 3,000 miles.
Yeah. 3,000 miles.
My goodness. I guess we'll go out and find out if it's still raining.
And there's no inclement weather because we need to do some yard work.
We do need to get some yard work done. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all tomorrow with another edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. In the meantime, have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.